Welcome back to more Dead Space. Last time we got the engines going so that the ship didn't fall victim to the planet's gravity, and then unfortunately we found out that we're stuck in an asteroid field. It seems like every time we fix something, another problem comes up. I'm noticing a pattern. That's okay, I'm sure Hammond will have all the answers.
Damn, you scared me. The place is making me jumpy.
Sorry.
Fucking asteroids coming through the roof. Look, I know Kendra doesn't trust me, but I don't know anything about a marker or anything else. This is supposed to be a repair mission. Plain and simple.
Good to hear.
This mess is the asteroid defense system.
You said you could fix it, right?
I can fix these boards when the main power routing is shot. You're gonna have to reroute them manually through at least 3 junction boxes to activate the primary cannon. Oh, but first, you need to activate the atrium elevators from bridge security. You can use them to get to the junction boxes.
Yeah, sure. We'll make this work.
By the way, Isaac, be careful. I saw something out there. I don't know what. I only got a glimpse. But it was big. Really big.
Perfect.
Awesome. Hey, Hammond, I don't feel as though you provided us with any answers. Just more questions. What do you think you are? Lost? Sloppy box. Let's go ahead and pick that up and we will move on. So there's a glitch I wanted to show. I attempted recording this once and of course Elgato messed up.
Shit. Stand back! Thought that one was dead when I sealed the pod. These things don't die easily.
So you could obviously hear him talking over the radio but see him right there and we couldn't hear his regular voice. My first attempt at doing this, he actually said something. So you heard him over the radio and him saying something in the room at the same time, which is a funny glitch I wanted to show. And unfortunately, since my Elgato messed up, it does have a lot of issues with the PS3. I'm assuming that's related to some sort of copyright thing. Unfortunately, I was not able to show that. Uh-oh. Does not sound good.
Son of a bitch!
Well, crap. Stasis this thing as much as you can. Your goal is to shoot it in the back. You can shoot it in the legs. Take out one of its legs and it'll spit vomit at you and you grab that with your telekinesis and throw it back at it and it'll kill it easily. I was never able to do that. This took me several tries. Damn you! Stupid, gigantic oaf! Get out my way! I got places to go and people to do, or people to, well, yeah, people to do. I'll stick with that. Maybe Isaac is a player. Who knows? And he will give you, I believe, 5,000 credits, which is nice. I mean, to be fair, Kendra, not bad looking. I'm sure Isaac would be completely fine with doing her.
Isaac, make us whole again.
Nicole, not bad, although be sure to get this power node. And then there's a switch we gotta activate here.
Atrium elevators are now
There's a
online.
bench and a few items. I will just say this, and I don't remember what happens in this game. I mentioned in the first couple videos, I think it was video 2, that I have seen an LP of this game, but it was back in 2015. I don't remember the story very well. I know the basics of it, but I don't remember everything about it. And I do a little bit of fudging around with the items here, jiggling our junk, if you will. Don't worry about any of that. I'm gonna say this now, and that last scene we got there, the last bit of dialogue, I think proves it without knowing what's gonna happen. That is not Nicole. That does not sound like Nicole. We've seen her in 2 bits of dialogue, 2 recordings. That is definitely not Nicole. I can say that for a fact.
This is mutiny. You'll all be tried for mutiny. Kind, make them listen to reason. Settle down then. Hold him. By Maritime Law, Article 5469, I hereby declare Captain Benjamin Mathias unfit for duty. The marker must be delivered to the church. Terrence, please! I'm sorry, Ben, but I can't let you do this. Traitor! Heretic! Hold his head. Murderer! Hold him! Dead. No, it was an accident. I had to stop him.
Arrest the doctor.
That guy that said arrest the doctor reminds me of the guy that plays... I'm gonna say Gabriel. I don't remember if that's his name or not. The guy from Dino Crisis. That door we passed.
It looks like some of the gravity plating is malfunctioning. Keep an eye out for any kind of distortion effect coming from the floor. It could be dangerous.
That's going to be something that's going to be really annoying, but we'll deal with that as we go. That door I passed was a storage room. There was one monster in there, so if you're trying to deal with that, motherfucker. Just be aware that there will be an enemy in there. It's worth taking out for the supplies, though. Yeah, I do dick around with this in case there are any items up there. My luck, there's probably an item up there, and all I do is telekinesis the body parts, which apparently you can use as weapons against the enemies, which is bizarre. Okay, if you want to go through this gravity well, that would be awesome. I'm not sure what happens here, but I guess either I kill it or the gravity thing kills it. I'm guessing not the gravity thing because the thing is sitting right there, but it's done for. I sit here for a little while longer than you guys will see, just kind of wondering what the hell is going on. This is really a weird section. I used a lot of line racks this video, however the difference between this video and I believe a couple of videos back is I actually get line racks in the process. That section where we were refueling the engines, I was not picking up any line racks. And I picked up some, but not enough to compensate for the ones I was using. I'll have plenty to drop off in our storage by the time this video is done. But the two recordings that we've got with Nicole, you can tell that's not her. She's not going to sit there in a monotone voice saying, "Make us whole again." That is definitely not Nicole. Oh god. I think I made a mistake. Die! There's another enemy that I believe has spawned already, is making his way over to me right now. Die, motherfucker! I ended up being pretty fortunate in that situation. That could have gone south really quickly. There are a lot of situations that are going to go very south for me this video. You'll see that here coming up. Refill your stasis. A nice excuse to not have to use this cheat. I approve. And Box. Get out of my way. Box. Get out of my way. Damn you. Sounds like somebody has indigestion. I guess Isaac's not over those chili fries yet. Stupid Box. Said get out of my way. That means get out of my way on the first try, not the second. Bitch. I'm sure nothing but good things are in here. God. This is definitely not good things. Definitely not good things. Son of a bitch. Oh god. These things are not fun to fight. I'm not gonna lie. I do not approve. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die. Damn. Would probably help if I do not waste ammo shooting the wall. That is not the way to take these things down. Just a pro tip there for you. Alright. I have finished my third drink, which is more than I usually drink, and I honestly feel like I could go for another. I'm not going to, but I feel like I could. And these guys drop a power node, or this one does. I'll pick that up later. Not that I don't intend to pick it up now, but it doesn't happen. But we'll get it later. Very valuable. You definitely want to pick up the power nodes. So, we've got this thing here. And this is a job for stasis. I've got to admit, I'm not a big fan of these first-person style games. And I know this is not technically first-person.
Ship systems, junction box rerouted. I'm making some progress with the tracking grid. One of the cannons is giving me a hard time. Keep moving.
But I feel like this game at least tries to offer something different. And this game was before this style became pretty much commonplace. So I'm willing to give this game a little bit of the benefit of slight originality, even though I'm pretty sure they ripped off Resident Evil 4. I don't know what I picked up there. This must be the power node, since I got a special message there. Stasis, because why not? But at least they offer a lot of different items that give you different abilities in this game, which is cool. Telekinesis, the zero gravity, the stasis, all different interesting abilities, and they're actually mixed together really well. I'll probably bitch about this game quite a bit. It's what I do. But those are things that are developed really well in this game. I definitely approve of that. My goal was to try to get back to the next save point without an enemy attacking me. However, I was unfortunately not allowed that luxury by the developers. And had I not assumed that this thing was dead, I would not be dealing with the problems I'm dealing with right now. This is what you get for assuming. So, if you're cheating on your girlfriend and you assume she doesn't know, just know that's probably a bad decision to make. Assume she knows. Now, granted, she's probably going to assume that she thinks she can change you, but just assume she knows. So, yeah. I can't really say I approve or disapprove of cheating on one's spouse. I'm indifferent to such things. Primarily because I'm single. Oh yeah. I guess technically it's wrong, given all the STDs and everything. Yeah, that's actually pretty wrong. So something I'm going to start doing is fast forwarding a lot of these elevator transitions. They're basically disguised loading screens. Pretty well disguised loading screens, but they do take forever to get through. So I figure if I at least double the speed, at least that moves us forward a little bit quicker. I mean, my god, that would add an extra minute to the video, and who would want that, right? So I guess Star Trek Picard debuted this past week. I have not seen it yet. I can only imagine it's terrible. The folks that made that show made Discovery and... oh my god.
Isaac, listen up. I've gone over the thsi reports. These things are biorecombinators. They take dead tissue, absorb it, and mold it into new forms. One iteration seems to have the sole purpose of infecting corpses. The others, well, seem to be making corpses to infect. And that body tissue we keep seeing on the walls is part of it too. I found a report that says it's a habitat changer.
Well, that's all stuff we knew. You're not giving us anything new, Kendra, although if you want to do a striptease for us, that would be much appreciated. yeah, Discovery, awful series, awful. And unfortunately, that seems to be, oh god, very common amongst TV shows these days. The last 2 episodes of Supernatural have angered me. They've been so bad. I'm going to go as far as to say the last 2 episodes of Supernatural that have aired have been the 2 worst episodes of that show. Ever. And there was an episode a couple of seasons back that angers me to this day. And I think the 2 episodes that have aired recently are even worse. Retconning things, completely changing the dynamic, making invalid the show, the characters, it's awful. Okay, so at this point the enemies take too long to show up, hence the fast forward. Just kind of making my way as best as I can. I'm not opposed to a show lasting for 15 years if it's well done and good. But Supernatural... Damn you! Get off of me, you dirty ape! Get off! Nobody likes you. Do not want to hug. I'm introverted. I do not like bodily contact with people other than Kidman. Or whatever her name is. People thin on the brain. You! Kendra, whatever. Kendra or Kidman, or Jill Valentine, or Claire Redfield, or Rebecca Chambers, or Miku from Fatal Frame, or Miyu or Mayu from Fatal Frame 2, or Regina from Dino Crisis. Whatever. Any of them is fine. You are not. So something I wanted to show, we're going to come in contact with another one of those enemies that can revive dead bodies. Any bodies you get, you can dump down here and it will not be able to infect them. I get rid of whichever ones I can. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. But you'll see that coming up. And be careful not to walk into those gravity wells, which of course are just there to annoy the player. Won't actually serve any purpose. Just meant to irritate, because, you know, we're only dealing with annoying enemies as it is. Don't mind the jump cut there, but I did have a look around and there was nothing useful in the same spot. But unfortunately, that's just commonplace amongst TV shows. I've noticed that with Supernatural, like I said, the last 2 episodes have angered me, actually. And I'm not somebody who angers easily when it comes to fiction. Especially with something like the 15th season of Supernatural, where I've pretty much given up on the show actually being worth a damn at this point. I've given up a long time ago on the idea of that show being good anymore. And in the last 2 episodes, they've managed to actually piss me off. That is saying something. Now, of course, you can see a lot of my videos and see how much I complain about games and say, well, dude, you get pissed off all the time. Well, that's true. I am not the happiest of people, but still. When it comes to something like that, I genuinely don't care all that much. And they managed to do it. I mean, even Discovery, which the only thing that annoys me is that there are people stupid enough to think that Discovery is actually a passable show. And that's more of a judgment on humanity as a whole rather than somebody's opinion on something. Because that was genuinely the worst TV show I've ever seen in my life. And the only thing... Stompy Box? Damn it, Isaac! Come on! Stompy Box! Give me the item. And the only thing maintaining that show as the worst show I've ever seen in my life is the fact that Supernatural has 5 years that are actually good, plus a few others that I find at least tolerable, even if they do have their problems. But in terms of worst seasons of TV series, Season 6 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the last few seasons of Supernatural, and the 9 episodes I saw of Discovery are the worst seasons of a TV series I've ever seen in my life. And apparently the last season of Game of Thrones is also really bad and on that same level. But I stopped watching that show after season 6. It's just unfortunate the quality control on TV shows these days, whereas the level of seriousness that I think you're supposed to take them seems to have gone up. So you could have a bad show in the 80s, but you never really took it seriously, and these shows seem to take themselves way too seriously for how bad they are. Hey, I'm bitching still, but at least I'm not bitching about this game. So take that for what it is. Now we're just hunting around. Like I have other stories to tell. I got there's a cheating scandal going on involving the Astros, which, if you followed my videos, you know that's my favorite baseball team. I'm not saying what they did is right, but it seems like every team was doing pretty much the same thing they were to some degree. So I find it hard to blame them if everybody's doing it. I think it's more of a thing that you condemn baseball as a whole rather than just them. And everybody's made a big deal about vilifying them. Keep in mind that baseball reaped the rewards of all the steroid users for years and then vilified them too after it became a public concern.
Power transferred to the ADS.
Control system suction box rerouted. I'm getting a reading. Almost there.
Awesome, Hammond. You're not really telling me anything that I needed to know. We could have dealt without that message and that would have been fine. Yeah, I died several times here for a multitude of reasons. A couple times walking into those gravity wells. Like I said, just meant to annoy the player. A couple of times because of this annoying monster that revives enemies. I can't see the thing. I have no idea where it is until it actually comes for me. Of course, it gives them plenty of time to revive enemies. And of course, this isn't going to be a simple process for me to deal with them. Get off of me! I am not that kind of guy. Dick! Piss off, you git. So on a positive, there have been a few TV shows that came out last year that I did really like. The Expanse is not a new show, it's just came out with its 4th season back in December, but that show is really good. A show called The Boys is awesome. Really good TV series. I got a coworker of mine to watch it and he really enjoyed it. A show called The Witcher I saw recently, that one is really good. That show, events happen out of order, and it's really bizarre the way they do that, but otherwise it's a good show. So, re-watching the show, you definitely can follow the show a lot better the second time around. So there are still good shows out there. In terms of modern TV series, I would actually recommend all 3 of those shows. They're all really good. Although The Witcher, you might have to re-watch that first season. The events happen out of chronological order, and sometimes that can be hard to follow. I didn't realize that till about episode 4 that that's what was happening. The episode with the wedding. It does catch up with itself, though. So by the end, everything will make sense. It's just a little confusing going through it the first time. One thing I don't like with this game is, we've seen this already, where they'll spawn an enemy where you're just trying to backtrack. And I'm not a fan of that. Backtracking is already annoying enough as it is. And we want to be quick about this. Not sure why there's a vacuum here, just to be annoying, I assume. But to add annoying enemies to the backtrack just for the sake of adding enemies is kind of annoying. And we're doing pretty poorly as far as health goes, and our boy Isaac here is breathing quite hard. I did not mention this before, so the first time we hit this elevator, there was a transition point when we got up from the one elevator and moved around to the back to hit up this elevator. There are 3 enemies that you'll have to deal with, 3 or 4, those little jumpy enemies. You saw me kill a few of them in this video already. They're kind of small. They sprout those little spiky things.
Make us whole again.
Yeah, definitely not Nicola if this dude's also saying make us whole again. Say. I think that's the marker. I don't know that for sure, but I think that's the marker. Probably either imitating people.
This is Temple. The bridge is fucked. I don't know what went on in there, but I'm not sticking around in case whatever did it comes back. I'm heading for hydroponics to find Elizabeth.
Or using the corpse of different people, trying to say things to Isaac. And that one chick mentioned saving something for Isaac, which means the marker must know Isaac to some degree. Maybe it read Nicola's thoughts when it killed her. And then when Isaac showed up, it recognized him. I don't know. And I'm assuming Nicola's dead at this point. I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But just having enemies on a random backtrack that don't actually serve a purpose are kind of annoying, and this game does do that. We'll see that at this point here coming up, when we come back. Now, we haven't been through this area, so adding enemies here is fine. Apparently this enemy is a pregnant enemy, so you don't want to shoot it in the stomach or it'll spawn a swarm, and you've seen how I handled the swarm. I handled them successfully once when I had a cheap tactic to defeat them. Every other time I've got hit. And yes, I am saving after defeating that enemy without getting harmed because that's smart to do. I'm not exactly good at shooters, so that is just a decision that makes sense to me. Okay. Hey, buddy. And that is something you will get to see in this video. I'm pretty sure I used all 4 of the weapons I have. I'm still pretty sure I must have purchased the flamethrower, but I cannot find it in my inventory, so I'm not sure what the dealio is with that. I don't think I would have purchased the flamethrowers. It's not a gun I really wanted, but apparently that's a thing. And at some point there's a schematic for something called a contact beam. I think we already passed up where it was. I got it off screen. Activate this. Good.
Asteroid defense system now online.
Alright, we've got enough power, but the ADS cannon's auto targeting is down. I think it's a faulty data cable. I need you to aim the cannon manually until I can replace it. Take the elevator to the top of the ship and head for the cannon pit.
I'll be there as fast as I can.
Awesome. He's still barking orders at us, which I guess is what Hammond does. To be fair, there's an obvious TV show, judged by my username, that I'm a fan of, that also had a guy named Hammond who gave orders during the good years of that show. Once he left, honestly, the show was not so good at that point. And I don't care who disagrees. They were not that good. Season 8, I'm willing to give a pass because at least it kind of ends the story and still has most of the main characters.
Isaac, you're going to have to cross the ship exterior to reach the ADS cannon.
What?
Problem is, we're still getting bombarded by asteroids. Look for cover, or you get torn to pieces.
All right. You sure about that?
I'm going to pick that item up off screen. It's an air canister, and I'm going to sell it for a lousy $1,000, which is going to be coming all the way back down here. Pick it up. I was not aware that was only going to be $1,000, or I probably would have not wasted my time. Yeah, you can dig around with the 0G here, but there's really no point. Just run up to here, and you're good.
Detected across the starboard hull.
Wait for this hull to pass by. Got stuck on the environment a few times trying this. So unfortunately, I died a few times doing this just because of that, which is annoying. You can make it to this one really easily. I've seen videos of people doing 0G to avoid things, but it doesn't really serve a purpose. You'll probably have to use an air canister if you have not purchased an air upgrade. I've got the hand cheat for air refuel, so I don't really worry about it. And now we're just waiting on this last bit to go. This is the only time we should have to worry about this mess. And now we just run for the door and head up what has been one of the most annoying segments of this game to this point. But I managed to do it without too much frustration. I've been more frustrated with some of the backtracking sections and some of the enemies than I have what we're about to do, and what we're about to do is pretty damn annoying. So I debated picking that up. It's an item that you can sell. I'll pick that up off screen after using a health item in order to do so. Probably could have come back for it, but whatever.
That's it, Agent. You're in the pit. The cannon's a mass driver, so it should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull's integrity. Too many of those things get by, and we're dead. I think I've almost got the system repaired.
Yeah, we don't actually have time. On PS3, I'm using the L1 button to shoot the left cannon. You can use the R1 button to shoot the right cannon, but whenever I do that, I end up having a lot of trouble keeping my aim straight. The right analog stick is what you use to aim this thing, and so if I hit the R1 button, that throws my aim completely off for some reason. Might be how I'm handling the controls, I'm not really sure. I've noticed that the controls for this thing seem to either be way too sensitive and I try to move just a little bit and my aim goes completely across the screen, or it doesn't move at all. It took me somewhere between 15 and 20 tries probably to do this. Guesstimating, could have been less than that. But I knew this section was coming, and you can shoot them both together when an asteroid is particularly difficult. I consider that my oh shit button. So be aware that that's the thing. Damn it, we don't have a little bit longer. What part of we're gonna die do you not understand? Sure taking your sweet time. And I really wish Isaac talked in this game because I would like to hear him bitch about these people a little bit more. Because they honestly deserve it. Then with their, oh my god, I think something's out there, when we're definitely dealing with bullshit.
Nice shooting, Isaac.
Thanks.
Auto-targeting is now online and clearing a path to safe orbit. As soon as we're clear, I'll engage the autopilot again. Head to the tram station, and I'll meet you there when I'm done.
Yeah, that seems completely simple. I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen on the way there. Be sure to save your game, and then let's move on. So when we go out here, there are going to be enemies you can deal with. I don't know that you're necessarily going to have the air to deal with them. I don't want to waste ammo on them because I don't know what kind of pickups they will or will not offer me. And even though I have the hand cheat for air, I don't really want to waste ammo if they're not going to give me anything. And there's no guarantee that they will, and I don't want to deal with the inconvenience of fighting them when I don't have to. So I'm not going to do that. So we're just going to keep on running for right now. Hopefully not get stuck on the environment, and we'll be okay.
Exiting zero gravity.
Now if you could refill my air?
Exiting vacuum.
Again, I'll come back for this item. I was debating if I could pick it up or not, but I can't. Right now. I'll get it, don't worry.
Wait! Isaac Hammond, you're not gonna believe this. Oxygen levels are falling. Something's poisoning hydroponics air production, and whatever it is, it's filling the deck up with that organic stuff. We're not going to have any air to breathe soon. But if I understand these lab reports correctly, I think I can make a poison to destroy it. Head to medical. It should have everything you need.
Will this never end? Isaac, get to medical and mix together whatever Kendra's come up with. I'm heading to hydroponics. If I can slow it down, that might keep us breathing long enough to fight it.
Don't worry.
I did mention at the start of this video that I did sense a pattern when it comes to this game. Every time we fix a problem, clearly, that's not good enough. Something immediate has to come up right after that. This strategy worked the best. The timed bomb with the stasis for the line gun, that swarm. If you're good at aiming, probably not a big deal. This is the extent you'll see of the pulse rifle in this video, but I did use all 4 guns. Technically. Although the pulse rifle didn't really do much. I was just trying to be sure. I wasn't sure if any enemies survived that or not. But I think they all died from that timed bomb there. The swarm are especially annoying because they don't drop any. I am not a fan. Not gonna lie. I just remembered. Gale is the guy from Dino Crisis I was trying to remember the name of earlier. Now granted, I don't have to be a fan. They're there and I have to deal with them whether I'm a fan or not, but still, not a fan. Luckily, there are no more creepy messages from our dearly departed Nicole. So that's something. At least not this video. There's probably going to be plenty more throughout the game. So there's some more enemies. I'm saving my health as much as I can because I plan on upgrading the suit. You! I hate you! This one will vomit on you, as you can see there. Fortunately, it went down with 1 line rack shot. Cool. I am okay with that. I wanted to do all of this, go through all the combat I could before upgrading my health, because once you upgrade your health, you get a free refill of your health. And I believe that was the contact beam or whatever. There's another gun you get. It's called the Force gun. I'm pretty sure I got the upgrade for that as well. I wasn't looking close enough to see if that's what the thing was showing. So we're now at 175 hit points. Hence, you can see the bar on the back has been upgraded. We've now got 7 blips on it. We're at full health. I wanted to kill all enemies first. I was trying to get this thing to go through that hole again. Somebody removed it from the hole that I left it in, but whatever. I've been trying to tidy up since I was last here. Kind of annoying. I bet it was Nicole. It's probably her. Fucking zombie Nicole. Always trying to tidy up after Isaac. Nobody needs that mess. Either way, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next time when we continue this game.